What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Jigga Car Certified High Performance Coach here with a Sunday conversation. Yo, we're actually on time for Sunday conversation. I'm still here, not at home, but rocking. It's Sunday, and so we got to get this conversation, and we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be great. And so I look forward to getting a chance to chat with you every Sunday and being able to do things. First of all, I want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who are out there, to mother-like figures, all those different things, because you need to be celebrated. We should be celebrated. We should celebrate the people in our society who go out there and make those sacrifices and do those things for us and go and create. I want you to drop hashtag replay for me if you catch this on the replay, because it's very, very important. I love the fact that you guys share and comment on replays, because it helps us from an algorithm perspective. It helps us to be able to roll and be able to get things done and knock it out. All right. And so that's something that's there. And so I want to share something with you. This week hasn't been the easiest week for me, because it is the anniversary of me actually losing my leg. And then also, it's Mother's Day. And so Mother's Day is difficult, having lost my mom and everything like that. That makes it a difficult time. But I still want to celebrate motherhood and celebrate people who do something. So, we put on a masterclass last week. It took a lot. We've got a big event this week coming up in Pine Bluff. Still also dealing with another death in the family and some different things on those lines. So look, like, life continues to life. I know that on this social media landscape, many of us just kind of only share the positive things that are going on. We only share the things that are going on, period, like from that perspective. And we don't really talk about or speak to the fact that bad stuff happens and that we have to monitor and adjust to that bad stuff and be able to figure out how to be able to roll forward and how to be able to get it done in our life. And so that's for me too. Even though what I do is help people be able to tell their stories, even though what I do is help people be able to move forward in their life, like literally, still there is consistently stuff that I have to deal with, I have to be able to push through and figure out. And so I want to talk about today about starting ugly, but finishing great. Okay. Look, just because whatever hasn't worked out in your life, just because you haven't made the money it is you thought you were supposed to make in your life, just because you haven't weighed what it is that you want to weigh, like your body is not the way you want it to look, just because you haven't measured out success in whatever measurable way it is that you think that you were supposed to do, first of all, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a failure. And secondly, failure is something that we should actually learn to embrace, because when we fail at stuff, there is a pathway to success that is from that failure. Let me say that again. When we fail at stuff, there is a pathway to success that actually is lined from that failure. So the thing is that whatever it was that stopped us, whatever it was that, first of all, we should examine. So the first thing that happens when we have a failure is that we should actually take an autopsy of that failure. That's really important. Take an autopsy of that failure and look at that and say, okay, why did this not work? It's an important question. It's important to understand why whatever it was didn't work out. Because within that answer of the why is your answer for how to be able to move forward, is your answer for how to be able to create the success it is that you want to be able to create, whether it's financially, whether it is as far as in weight loss, whether it is in whatever level of success it is that you want to be able to do so. You define success. You define for what that success is. So if you're not succeeding in your life, if it started ugly and you're not succeeding in your life, then we have to look at that and say, why? Not why from external reasons that, oh, the man is not letting me do it. Oh, this, and that. What is it within myself that is stopping me from being successful? What is it within me that stops me from being able to get to where it is I'd like to be able to get in my life? What is that block that's there? See, many times, if you sit here and you think about, and you say, okay, this is this thing I want, right? This is this thing that I want, in order to be able to be successful, right? This is what I want. Whatever that piece that comes right behind that, I couldn't do this. No way this is going to work. That is actually the thing that's blocking you. Let me say that again. Think about, in your mind's eye, what success looks like. That great success it is that you like to be able to have. Think about that, right? Okay. Whatever that thing that pops right behind that, that is the thing that says that no, you can't do it. That actually is the block that's keeping you from actually being able to be successful. That's what it is. So that's what we have to attack in our life. That's what it is we have to create and be able to go through and say, this is where success lies for me. This is what we need to be able to get done, to be able to get it knocked out and do so. Okay? So every author that I have worked with in my life, everyone, we've worked with dozens of authors. Every single one of them has asked at some point in time during the process, what if I am not good enough? What if I am not good enough? That's what I hear over and over the same, okay? And the answer every single time is you don't get to greatness without starting ugly. I have shared this before multiple times. My dad, David Carr Sr., used to say this, that success, the road to success, leads straight through the garbage dump. The road to success leads straight through the garbage dump. Okay. So in order to be successful in your life, we absolutely must go through the garbage, the crap, the stinkiness, everything that's there. We have to go through that in order for us to be, it is absolutely necessary. If you look at anybody who became successful without going through any trials or tribulations, it was not their success. That success was given. So somebody else went through some trials and tribulations in order to do so. So yes, they were born in a situation where their parent had gone through some trials or their grandparent had gone through some trials. Somebody got to go through something. So I think about my dad here on Mother's Day, but he said something that sticks with me. He always said he wanted to be the picture at the top of the staircase. And that picture at the top of the staircase, that's important when you think about a legacy in your life and a legacy that you want to be able to create, because that picture at the top of the staircase, that's the person who made the shift and the change in our family. So maybe you are that one. Maybe you are that one that people are going to remember grandma so-and-so. Or people are going to remember grandpa so-and-so. Or they're going to remember what it is that you did, the legacy that you created. Or that you're going to put your name on a building somewhere. Or that you're going to put your name. All of that is success stuff. But it all comes from, first of all, believing that you are strong enough, believing that you can do so, believing that you can create it, believing that you can be able to do that. That's where it comes from. And so I'd say that not to just say, oh, you can do it. I do believe you can do it. But I don't say that just to say you can do it. I say it because you need help in order to take the steps to do it. So we can go and create something, and it cannot be structurally sound. We can go build a house. Many of us, we're handy with a hammer. We can go build a house, but will it stand up to the storm? Will it stand up to the different things that are there? Are you laying the foundation correctly? Many of us, we're just building these houses and they get blown down by the smallest things. Now, I've had some hurricanes in my life. Some real storms and some hurricanes in my life. But I got lucky because I got the right stuff put into me in order to be able to withstand it. If you're somebody who withstands, drop an emoji for me. Whether you're watching this or later on or whatever, as far as that, if you withstood stuff. Because the fact that you withstand stuff already says that you have the right stuff. Already is about that. And you're absolutely right. I got my guy Pat Dewar, who's absolutely right. Whatever you believe about yourself is completely made up, and you are the author. That's it. Are you holding the pen? So important. So I'm glad we talk about authors, because we need to be authoring our own story. And not authoring our own story just as a vanity plate of just saying, oh, I got a story, I want to be able to author it and be able to do that. No. When you author your own story, maybe you're creating a different existence for yourself. I love the multiverse here in Marvel, right? That like that you could there's different Spider-Man, there's different people in different areas. I always think about like what was the name of the movie? Oh gosh. It's Gwyneth Paltrow. And Sliding Doors. That's it. So Sliding Doors is always interesting to me because in Sliding Doors, it's like they look at, well, what would have happened if she hadn't missed this train, right? So she misses the train and gets home late, and her boyfriend was cheating on her and she didn't know, or whatever, as far as that, right? But then they go and rewind and they say, well, what if she'd actually caught that train? So she catches the train and she ends up catching her boyfriend in the act, and she has this complete, and they show these two completely different lives that happen just from these points and these points of light that happen in our life. These points of light, these instances that happen within our life. That's it, right? Okay, well, understand the fact that we're at those points and those instances at many different times in our life. There's these different places where we could be, where we could make a different choice. And so we absolutely must. It's not a want. It's not a need. We absolutely must make the choices in order to be the greatness that we ever have. I love this stuff. Look, I'm about to hop on the road, but understand that today is scheduled Sunday. For me, that means I need to schedule out everything I need to be able to get done. Monday is Magic Monday. So Magic Monday, we want to be able to figure out how do we create the magic in our business, in our life, and be able to do so. Tuesdays, talk about it Tuesday. We got to figure out how we're going to talk about. I talk about my business to every person I meet on Tuesday. Wednesday is Work It Wednesday. So on Work It Wednesday, it's about how do I work in my business, not necessarily on my business. And then Thursday is Together Thursday. So on Together Thursday, it's about how do we link up together and be able to figure out how we get these things done. And then finally, there is Follow Up Friday. Follow Up Friday for me is about following up on all the things that fell through the cracks. And then finally, actually, Sanity Saturday. I have to do something to keep me sane, because running a business is what I do and what it is that I create. All right. Hey, I love you guys. Thank you guys for being on with me. Thank you guys for sharing with me in Sunday Conversations. We'll continue the conversation. You see some different cuts from this throughout the week as well too. And we'll go live for a couple different things because I really want to be able to show and figure out how do we create and do what we're looking for. All right. Have a great evening. Have a wonderful Mother's Day. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.